On the surface, Spirited Away is a magical tale of a girl trapped in a spirit world. But beneath the beautiful animation and Studio Ghibli charm lies something far more disturbing. What if I told you that this beloved film is actually an allegory for child trafficking and exploitation? That Chihiro didn't just enter a bathhouse for spirits, but a place where innocence is stripped away. Spirited Away is considered a masterpiece of modern animation. It won an Oscar, touched hearts around the world, and continues to enchant new generations. But some fans and even scholars believe it carries a darker meaning. Today, we dive into the theory that Spirited Away is a coded message about the child trafficking industry in Japan. The story begins with Chihiro and her parents stumbling upon what looks like an abandoned amusement park. They find food and begin eating without permission. Soon after, her parents are transformed into pigs, leaving Chihiro alone and terrified. But here's where it gets unsettling. The mysterious world they've entered doesn't just look suspicious, it resembles the Yaikaku, or red light districts of Japan's past. Bathhouses were historically tied to sex work, and the one in Spirited Away is eerily similar to those old establishments. One of the first things Yubaba does is take Chihiro's name, renaming her Sen. In folklore and criminal practice alike, changing someone's name is a method of control. Stripping away identity is a tactic used in trafficking and forced labor. In the film, those who forget their names can never leave. It's a subtle but horrifying symbol of psychological imprisonment. And it's not just Chihiro. Every worker in the bathhouse seems trapped. They perform jobs they didn't choose. They fear their bosses. They don't question the system, they just survive within it. As the story progresses, Chihiro matures. Her once fearful demeanor becomes calm, obedient, and emotionally detached. Classic signs of a child forced to grow up too fast. She works in an environment filled with strange, demanding spirits. Some even leer at her or act in ways that feel disturbingly adult. The symbolism becomes more direct when we consider the bathhouse itself. Guests enter. Workers serve and please them. Chihiro is made to clean them, serve them food, and remain obedient at all times. The structure mirrors a brothel, dressed up in surreal visuals. Director Hayao Miyazaki has never confirmed this interpretation, but he has spoken about the film being a response to Japan's consumerism and the loss of innocence in young people. In fact, he once said that the bathhouse represents the modern world and how it sucks in young girls. Japan has a complex and deeply troubling history with child exploitation and entertainment, including so-called compensated dating. Some theorists argue that Spirited Away was Miyazaki's way of confronting these themes in a form that would pass censorship and reach wide audiences. The spirits themselves aren't just quirky side characters. Many are greedy, manipulative, or gluttonous. The iconic No-Face begins quiet and shy, but after absorbing the corrupt nature of the bathhouse, becomes violent and possessive, even offering Chihiro vast amounts of gold. His obsession with her feels uncomfortable. He doesn't want companionship. He wants control. In a way, No-Face represents clients in the industry. Anonymous, unstable, and dangerous. Chihiro resists him not through violence, but with kindness and boundaries, a rare thing in her environment. Eventually, Chihiro breaks free from Yubaba's grip. She remembers her name, helps others, and earns the right to leave. But she's not the same girl. She's more mature, wiser, and quieter, like someone who's survived something traumatic. The film ends with her leaving the spirit world, but there's no happily ever after. Her memory fades, as if what she went through can't be spoken of directly, only symbolized. That, in itself, may be the final commentary. The experiences of many young girls go unseen, untold, or buried. Spirited Away might not be a literal story about trafficking, but it's a powerful metaphor for how innocence is taken, transformed, and often forgotten. Whether you see Spirited Away as a coming-of-age masterpiece or a dark allegory for child exploitation, one thing's for sure: it's more than just a fantasy. Behind the masks and spirits is a warning, maybe a cry for help. What do you believe? Share your thoughts in the comments, and stay tuned for more unsettling anime theories.